Today's May 1st, 2017. John, I'm kind of getting in the mood today because it's Lay Day in Hawaii.
Lay as in L-E-I?
Yes.
So not May Day, but Lay Day.
Yeah, at first I said, let's do something hateful and Russian and communist and socialist, and we could have just gone down that path and power to the people.
Workers' Party, all that stuff.
Which they're going to be doing here in Chicago. And I said, let me go to the Wikipedia page and look up the, what May Day's about. And most of it's spring stuff in, like, normal countries in Europe.
Normal.
I don't know what's normal anymore. But then there's one. I met a Wiccan one time, this girl. She was telling me the May Day means wrap the thing around your pole. You know, they wrap the thing around the pole.
Yeah, the maypole.
Yeah, that's actually a metaphor for your,
for your
schwanz.
Yeah, it's a penile.
I know. So yeah, I could have picked anyone. So I picked May Day, which is Hawaiian. And anyway, are you going to make some coffee?
Yeah, I'm going to have a little. You need a little espresso to get you going for the show?
Maybe. Let's see. Now you love this espresso machine, the Nespresso.
Yeah. And, by the way, Andrew, did I tell you that I was down in Naples, Florida? I went down for client meetings Friday and Saturday, and I saw a super Nespresso machine.
What's that?
I mean, you and I have the professional.
Yes.
We'll have to take a picture of it. But this isn't your regular Nespresso we've got here, folks. This is a Nespresso Pro. Well, now there's a super Nespresso where the pods are 3 times bigger.
What?
More
3 times
more
the size
caffeine. Everything's bigger. Everything's better.
So what kind are you drinking today?
Let me see.
What is that
you
box?
would ask me before.
You brought a bunch of boxes in.
See, this one is called Arpeggio.
They're all good.
Yeah, love them.
Okay.
It tastes great. Nice crema.
Dude, I came in this morning. May Day was crap day for me. Speaking of which, every island has their own color flower. And Maui's got one, Molokai got another, and Oahu happens to be the golden one.
Oh, no. Now I know where you're going.
Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. Okay, yeah, so May Day, it's flower day. Everybody goes and does this stuff. Gold. NUGT did this forward split crap.
Yep.
And I'm done. I'm done with NUGT. I'm just, when it was $7 to $10, I was like, okay, 1,000 here, 500 there, add a little, sell a little,
Yep.
Now it's $32 a share. And why did they go and split this thing? Why did they have to go and engineer this crap?
I don't know.
I sold it all. I was just like, you know what? There was nothing wrong with the stock. It was trading fine. Everything was, up, down, resets. All that stuff I can deal with.
But we'll see how much the volume falls off. My bet is you're right. This is a levered ETF, folks. So always be aware, levered ETFs suck. You have to trade them. You have to do them like Andrew does. He's in them for days at a time, and he's out. You don't want to buy these things, hold them for months. You will get killed.
It's like the people at Drexion woke up this morning and said, okay, we're going to take our
perfectly good product,
our VIG out of our client and just take. And anyway, I'm done. So I'm looking for real stocks now.
Okay. No more double levered.
Actually, the only thing I got now is I got my American Airlines. I'm still holding that. Mm-hmm. And another couple crappy ones, my Apple, which is good.
I got some Microsoft.
Yeah.
Let me tell you about that.
Did you get out of that?
So here's my Microsoft spread. Wednesday last week, they had earnings due. So what did I do? I sold a put spread because I was bullish on it. I had some pretty decent tell, I thought, with the options. Tell meaning, an indication of the direction. So I see bullish direction. So what do? I sell the 66 puts. I buy the 66 puts. I sell twice as many 65.50 puts. So I'm going to be good down to 65 break even. Otherwise, I keep my 50-cent credit that I did it for, right? Great. So after hours, they report, but they miss on rev. They beat on bottom line. Okay, stock goes down to about 66, and I'm going, I might kill it on the put spread Because if we go to my short strike, 65.50, I could kill it on the downside. Unfortunately, it doesn't, but I get to keep my credit. Rallies back, closes maybe 68 the next day, Thursday. Friday gets a little more love. Today it's getting a lot of love. They're buying upside calls in Microsoft. I also had a call spread, a calendar spread. I bought the 70s that expired this week. Against them, I sold the 70s that expired last week. I, of course, did this Wednesday last week. So I had 2 days for the ones that I'm short and 7 days for the ones that I'm long. Now we're climbing back up, and the spread is already doubled. So obviously the stuff that expired worthless is worthless. My other calls have moved up from 7 cents where they were Friday to 20 cents today. It's almost a triple already.
Well, nice trade.
It'll work.
And that's on Investitute?
That's on Investitute.com.
All right.
Yeah.
I still own my AMD.
Nice.
Waiting for earnings next week. One of our listeners here digs that.
Cool.
I keep thinking every time I walk into the Apple store, I remember the AMD chip I got in my computer over here.
Yeah.
My Retina screen.
It's great.
50 million inch Apple powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
AMD chip. So I'm happy about that. But other than that, just looking for some real stocks.
I'll throw a couple at you.
What do you got?
AGNC. That's A like Alpha, G like Gary, N like November, C like Charlie. AGNC, September 22 calls, bought. Big numbers. CX, which is Cemex, big cement play.
Oh, down in
Mexico.
I've been to their factory.
Have you?
Well, an offshoot. They do offshoring
They
software.
do a lot of them, yeah.
Software. They have guys in there programming.
Okay.
Or maybe that's Cemex. What is this, CX?
CX.
Okay, I'm thinking Cemex. That's
Okay.
not the same thing. Anyway.
July 9s.
July 9th.
In CX. And one more C stock, CTRP, C-Trip, CTRP, Chinese play.
China.
May 55s. Mayday. May 55s.
Mayday.
Yep. I'm long.
So, wait a second. They're buying doubles. I love
May doubles.
When you can say doubles. You can only do it with 55, right?
Or 22.
Okay. But it's usually 55.
Yep, usually 55. Double nickel.
They're buying the double nickel C-Trips. And where's C-Trip trading right now?
I don't have it in front of me right
but
now.
they're the 55s.
Yep, buying out of the money 55s, so like that.
Okay, so close, in the money.
Right as halftime was about halfway through today, Andrew, the CNBC halftime report, they started talking about the Mr. Trump. Apparently, either he tweeted or said, the president did, that, hey, I think I'm still focused on these big banks and I might have to break them up. So because he did that, the stock of bank stocks was immediately hit. The Dow reversed from a positive 20 to a negative 20, in seconds. But you know what didn't really move? What didn't move was the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ. And the NASDAQ's not moving, of course, to the downside because Apple's killing it today, Microsoft pushing higher, Amazon pushing higher. You get those three stocks pushing higher, three of the biggest cap stocks in the world, you're not going to have that index negative.
C-Trip's at 52.73.
Okay,
just
so
FYI.
just,
We're
let's
close.
say $2.20 out of the money, roughly.
All right, so back to Trump here.
Mm-hmm.
He says he wants to break up the big banks.
You never want to be long or short any of these calls that he makes for more than minutes in time. Because he might say that, and it could be a negotiation. Just like last week it was a negotiation. I might dump us out of NAFTA. Next thing you know, Justin Trudeau on the phone for you, sir.
I know, that
Prime
was
Minister
weird.
of Canada.
No, you're
And
right.
says,
You're right.
okay.
You got to think of
It's a
the art of the
negotiation.
deal, and it's you do the thing.
Yep. And
But
so in this case, maybe since there are so many Democrats in the pocket of the big banks, Andrew, because Hillary Clinton took crap loads of money from them, it could be that he's trying to get the Democrats, because a lot of bills, Andrew and I know this, I know most of you that are smart enough to be listening to this podcast know this, but a lot of what they do in Washington, D.C., these trial balloons they float up, they do it to get more money. They do it so they can get the special interest to go crazy. We got to throw a lot of money at this one. Well, so if Trump says, yep, I think we might have to break up these big banks.
And it was nice he had the community bankers on today.
Yeah, exactly.
And I spent half my life in Texas running around visiting community bankers. Mm-hmm. And they're the nicest people. And he's right. And he's like, these are the pillars of the community, which is true.
Yep.
And I'd go into town and I'd meet with the community banker, and they are the nicest pillars of the...
Top off a little more here.
Oh, more. Oh, you can actually press that button
You can
twice?
hit it twice, yeah. As long as you haven't lifted it and dropped the thing out.
Oh, really?
See, look, and it's still putting out some.
Look at you.
Look at that.
Getting the long...
Bang!
Getting the long pull out of that.
Long pull. I like that.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, that's. I saw that today, and I was wondering if any of the friends that I used to have in Texas were there at the bankers.
I guarantee it's a negotiation. Everything with President Trump is negotiation. Just, I think you'd be foolish if you were Kim Jong-un to not to negotiate, but to push him too far on certain things, however.
Yeah.
China's already told these clowns, if you set off another nuke on a test, we can't help you. So in other words, he's told China, they set off another test.
China!
You're going to see seals crawling all over Pyongyang. And,
I don't know what's going on there. I don't know what they're going to do.
I hope they don't, but I mean...
I hope they don't either.
This guy's an idiot, though.
Hermit kingdom.
And either way, it's going to be a military dictatorship after, even if they
what do you
take him
do?
out.
You got like a zillion people that are brainwashed.
I don't think they love him. I mean, if he was
I don't think
gone,
they know any better. They're just like kids. They're like kids there. It's like you got 20 million kids with guns.
kids that you starve to death.
Yeah,
and meanwhile,
there's
they
have and
can
have-nots.
I mean, all my friends tell me, Andrew, in Seoul and at the DMZ and all the rest, you can see that place. You can see North Korea and just what a crap hole it is.
Yeah.
And likewise, of course, North Korea can look across and go, oh, it looked like they have lots of better stuff than us.
I think we should do a whole podcast just on North Korea. And
we could probably get Satan in.
I was
to
just
talk
saying,
about
we need Satan back.
You're right.
On his first 100 days. Or
now, would he be the first 100 days of Trump's administration or the first 100 days with the opposition to Trump?
Well, he did call in earlier, and we did talk about that, and I think he's going to have a lot to say. I'm just saying, it's, Satan.
Yeah, he's got a lot to say.
All right.
Let me see what else, Andrew. I guess that's about it, folks. Send us some questions because we post these podcasts as often as we can, and we'd love to hit some more questions from you. That got a lot of play last week. So
that's right. Yeah.
Send us your questions. We'll put out your Twitter handle. So you want to get your Twitter handle out there in front of a couple 100,000 people?
And you can ask any kind of question you want.
Yep.
Because remember you asked that question about the book?
Yeah.
I thought that was good. That was funny. Go get Keith Richards' book.
That's right. The weekly options or whatever. Time decay. That guy knows time decay. Anyway, folks, you can subscribe, of course, through iTunes or YouTube. Tell a friend about the podcast. Thank you.